Whenever you're ready.
Okay, obviously a very disappointing loss. I looking back at the game offensively, I think we moved the ball well early. The 2 field goals, not being able to score a touchdown in the red zone, I think that really hurt us right there. And then, of course, from quarter 2, 3, and 4, the negative plays killed us. And I think we got sacked 11 times. Our defense, I thought, played outstanding. They kept us in the game. We had numerous chances towards the end. We just didn't respond. They're the defending national champs. I mean, their defense is one of the best defenses, in college football. But offensively, we just didn't get it done. We'll get better. And we got to be able to run the football, and we got to be able to play action pass. But real proud of our defense. I mean, our kids are hurting right now in the locker room. It was a disappointing loss. Questions?
What's the short-term solution for the offensive line? That's way too many sacks, obviously.
Well, it is, but we got to be able to run the football a little bit better too. We can't be in obvious passing situations. I think there's a lot of 3rd down and 8+ situations that were tough, and we got to be able to run, play action, and we will get better. I promise you that.
Gus, last couple of years not using a second running back. Why no Cam Martin to try to at least give you a little speed back there?
Yeah, Cam Petway's really our guy, and looking back, you can always talk about things and all that, but we were a little concerned with the size of their linebackers. We felt like they were going to do a lot of blitzing, which they did, and so there's some reasons. Obviously, when you don't perform offensively like you thought you should have or could have or all that. I mean, there's a lot of different things that the offensive staff and we'll look and try to get a good plan moving forward.
Gus, this is your worst offensive performance ever as a coach. 3 of your top 4 or worst 4 have happened in the last 5 games. What's been the common thread there for you? What's been going on?
All I can really think about is tonight. I mean, tonight we had too many negative plays. Didn't protect the quarterback when we needed to. We weren't able to effectively run the football. They had a lot to do with that, but at the same time, we got to figure out ways to get that done.
How much do you guys maybe start square one on some things going into this?
Well, I think anytime you have a performance like this, I mean, we're going to evaluate everything and get the best plan moving forward and all that.
Guys, when the offensive line started last season with the same negative plays issued for the first 3 games, there's an adjustment. This was supposed to be the strength of this team. Why is this happening?
Well, we didn't get done offensively. Clemson is very good up front. I think everybody knows that. But at the same time, I really believe, like I said earlier, I know it sounds simple, but you got to be able to run the football, and you've got to have yourself in manageable 3rd down situations where it's not 3rd and long and they can pin their ears back, or when you're down in the 3rd and 4th quarter and there's some passing situations. But for us, that's what we've got to be able to do.
When he was protected, Jared also looked timid and gun shy again this week. How do you go about correcting that?
Jared's a good quarterback, and Jared just needs experience. A lot of times there wasn't guys open, okay, so that had something to do with him holding the football as far as that.
Just at any point tonight, you take over play calling
No.
duties?
Especially like early, you had balance, and then you kind of went to heavy run, and you kind of went to heavy pass, and you guys just kind of searching for something.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're a good defense, but I think just trying to be able to establish a run and play action was really the plan. And then of course we got into some drop back situations like we talked about, and that's when things kind of went downhill.
Do you feel like y'all have an identity right now on offense?
I mean, after a game like this, when you don't play well, I mean, we'll go back and we'll look. I mean, we're going to be a good offense before this is all said and done. I promise you that. But right now, we didn't get it done offensively tonight. I think that's obvious. Sure, Clemson's great defense, but we didn't get it done, and I think that's obvious. But we will get better, just like we did last year. And this will be a game that we can. Play one of the top defenses, and anytime you do that, it shows some deficiencies or it shows things that you need to work on or improve on, and all of that.
You touched maybe inside the idea there to do the toss to Chandler Cox there near the goal line. What were you guys seeing?
Yeah, we thought we had a chance to score. I mean, that was a play that we felt pretty good about.
Because you've repeatedly cited Jarrett's lack of experience, but Kelly Bryant tonight has less game experience entering this game than Jarrett does. There are other SEC quarterbacks who played as true freshmen last year and have performed better immediately. Why is it that the last couple of years with this program, quarterbacks have struggled?
Well, you're talking about Jarrett. I don't know about everybody else and all that, but Jarrett's a really good quarterback, but there was times that we didn't have anybody open. And that had something to do with him holding the football, but he's a good quarterback. He's gonna have a very good year, and that's probably the best way I can answer that question.
Because you had two big fourth down plays
Yeah.
in Clemson territory, and it looked like there was some confusion about how to get a play in, what to get in. and all
Yeah,
that. What
down
happened?
there on their end, when we were going in about the 2-yard line, it was very loud right there, and we were trying to get our tackle over, and he didn't hear it, and then we went ahead and kicked it. And, you know, it is what it is on that. I didn't have too big a problem with that. Obviously, the fourth down, we felt very good, you know, about the situation that we were gonna run, and then they kind of green dogged over there, and we couldn't get the ball off quick enough.
Are you concerned about Kent that way going forward, health-wise? Was a report by ESPN says he's dealing with plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he'll be fine. He'll be fine, and he'll recover, and we're not making excuses. He'll be fine.
The 4th and 3 call, 37, I think that was one you were just talking about,
Yeah.
that they green dogged you. It's kind of slow developing pass play, that those hadn't really been working for you all night. Was there a thought about doing something kind of more of a quick hitter than?
You know, we felt pretty good about the time, but obviously didn't work out. You know, we need to hold it just a little bit longer, but we didn't hold up in protection.
Is there a call you agree with? Did you agree with that?
Yeah, anytime big call, I mean, I'm gonna have to give the okay.
You know,
What's
it's
your
just,
assessment so far of your receivers through these 2 games, trying to get open, get separation?
You know, I'm just thinking about tonight, I mean, I'll have to look at the film. But there was times that, you know, we weren't open, but I'll have to look at it and see all the.
Did Clemson do anything defensively you guys weren't expecting?
They mix it up different than what they played us last year, but at the end of the day, it wasn't anything that was overly new. They were very good up front. That was probably the biggest thing. We knew they were talented, but we didn't hold up on some pass protections, obviously, and had a hard time running the football after the first quarter.
Gus, what did you learn about your defense tonight?
Our defense already knew that they were an outstanding defense, and that's a very good offense. They held them to 14 points and played their guts out, gave us a chance to win even the last series or two when you're only down by 8. You know, it kind of felt like we were down by more than that because we were pressing, but, you know, our defense played good.
Coach, you spent most of your career calling plays. Do you have any urge tonight to want to get back and start calling
No,
plays?
we'll get better offensively. I mean, we'll get better offensively, and we'll get this thing corrected. There's no doubt about that.
A week after Nate Craig didn't have any catches, he has 1 catch on the first, I believe, first series on that 3rd down tonight. I'm not sure he was even targeted, only targeted 1 more time. Is there a concern about trying to incorporate someone who's expected to be such an instrumental piece of this wide receiver corps to have only a couple of targets through 2 games?
Well, I mean, you know, Nate's gonna be fine. Nate's a good player. We'll get the ball to Nate. I mean, you know, in a game like this, I mean, you could probably get you about 10 different questions like that will all be legit questions. And, you know, so we gotta find ways to get our best guys the ball in different ways and all that. And this will be a good learning experience for us, and we'll do that.
Anything else? All right, Coach, thank you.